Well, this is one of the logs that we split over the weekend that the last video was on. This log length is about 7.5. Check it again. So the length of our log is right at 7 foot, about 4 inches. That's what I was going for when I cut it to length. The diameter really doesn't matter on this thing. What matters is the width between the pith, which is the center, and the outside of the log, which is on this bottom part, is about 12 inches on both sides once we trim off this sapwood on the ends. This sapwood's kind of rotted already from laying out in the yard too long. So our goal here today is to quarter saw this into nice boards. And that's the reason I split it to begin with. Some people had questions on why I was even splitting it to begin with. I'm not using the chainsaw mill on it. Well, to quarter saw wood, you don't want to get wide slabs out of it. You want to eliminate the pith, which is right here in the middle of the tree, which we've talked about on previous videos more than one time. And after you eliminate the pith, you're going to have nice wide boards right here where the grain is going to run 90 degrees with the board. And I'll show you what that means when the first boards start coming off, where the grain is perfectly straight. And that's how you get the medullary raise, or people call tiger stripe, which is not the correct term. It's called medullary raise on the board. So we're going to go ahead first and cut this top part completely off and get rid of this pith and work on the bottom here and quarter saw it first, then we'll put the top piece back on and do it afterwards. I got the camera on this other end. It'll be a little bit easier to see. That other end was the weathered end, and this is the fresh end that was cut the other day when we cut it to length. So as you can see the grain here, right here when it starts taking this turn, that's what we want to cut off first. I'm going to come down to where the grain is 90 degrees here, straight up and down, probably about right in here. So I'm going to come down here to where it starts to turn and cut this top piece off, and we'll put it aside and we'll come back to it last. And then I will quarter saw probably 1 or 2 boards. That's all. Continue on down, and we'll come back afterwards and trim out this pith here in the middle. I'm going to leave it on for now. But we'll come on down to where the grain starts curving again, and then we'll stop and we'll start turning it at that point to get the quarter sawn wood. So you see what I mean? Right in here, from here to here, will be perfectly quarter sawn grain. When you look at the end grain, the growth rings are straight up and down. That's what you want. Right up here, if you started coming down and sawing it, that'd be on a curve. That's wrist sawn. And that's not quarter sawn wood. It's not nowhere near as stable or as valuable as this quarter sawn wood is right here. Going by my tape here, I should get 12-inch wide quarter sawn boards out of this. Right in here. Not so much up here, but right in here. That's going to be the widest material. Now, in case you're wondering right now why quarter saw it, that's a lot of trouble. It's a lot of measuring and a lot of figuring, and why not just live saw it the whole way through? Well, I'll explain that when the first few boards come off of this thing, why quarter sawn boards are more valuable and more stable, which is more important to me, than regular sawed wood. went ahead and took off the first board we sawed. It was more rift sawn than quarter sawn. Still had some nice grain in it. You throw a little water on there and you really get an idea of how the color is and the grain on these boards. As you can see, all those medullary rays are popping out now. Here's the last one that we got cut here. And this is going to be some fantastic rays in this one.
Position. It's me, remember. Last time I got back You must be my four-leaf clover. I'm a lucky man to read this note. We won't sink